Well, the race for the World Series crown is down to 8, and a capacity crowd is in postseason form as we get you ready for this one. It's Game 1 of the National League Division Series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. I'm joined by Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, let's take a look at how these two ball clubs got to where they are.
Yeah, and top to bottom, I think both of these clubs have a lot of different guys that can beat you. It might not just be the stars that dominate this series. It wouldn't surprise me a bit if some of the lesser-known guys here wind up stealing the show.
The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Back now live as we count down to the start of Game 1. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2017 Los Angeles Dodgers.
Briefly now, we'll look at the two starters who get the ball here in Game 1. And a look now at the batting order for the visiting Milwaukee Brewers. Steve, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, I think they have to understand where they're playing. This is a great pitcher's ballpark, so you're not going to go out there trying to hit the light towers with everything you swing at. Make solid contact, move the line, and play a little bit more small ball.
Clayton Kershaw will do the pitching in front of the hometown crowd here in Game 1. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, he's been great his entire career. Career ERA in the low 2s. Every time out, keeps his team in the ball game, gives them a good outing. I expect to see the same here in this one.
And with that, let's look at how the Dodgers align on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, Matty, out in that corner outfield spot, a very reliable left fielder. Not somebody that's going to make the great plays, but every routine ball, it's as good as gold.
Gene Segura makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Shortstop, number 9.
And we get things started here with a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
First pitch, 106.
To first. Fielded cleanly by Davis. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there's your first out of the ball game.
Batting second, center fielder number 27, Carlos Gomez.
So the bases are empty with one man gone. And standing in, the speedy Carlos Gomez. Kershaw gets the sign. Here comes the first pitch. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. Just a perfect afternoon for baseball. 80 degrees under clear blue skies. And he falls behind 0-2. Bases are empty, one man out. And a swing and a miss as they caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away.
You know, and this is one of the few downsides to being a guy with tremendous strength at the plate. Once you get that thing started, it's really hard to put on the brakes, and he winds up breaking the plane right here, and that's strike 3.
Here's Ryan Braun now. First pitch has him dancing to avoid it. It's ball one.
And we'll see him work both sides of the plate with the curveball going forward. Now, maybe not that far in, but he'll move that pitch around.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. You still come after him now on 2-0?
I think you have to be a little careful, but yeah, I don't think you can just give up on him.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Hit in the air out to straightaway left. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. And now the Dodgers get a crack at it. No score. Time now to check out how the hometown Dodgers line up in this one. Steve, what are the keys to success for them today?
Well, they're facing a guy today that throws a lot of strikes, so you're going to have to be aggressive early in the count, but get the ball up in the zone. Shorten up a little bit, put the ball in play.
Giovanni Gallardo gets the call in hostile territory here for Game 1 of the Division Series. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, he's got a career ERA under 4. For a starting pitcher, that is very dependable. They're just looking for a consistent start here in this one.
With a moment now, let's take a look at the Brewers defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, Ryan Braun has always been known as one of those power hitters. He's also got a power arm and can cover some ground in that outfield. Very reliable, plays a smart defensive outfield. Always an asset in any game.
And the left-handed hitting Carl Crawford will stand in to start the home half of inning number 1. And that's in there for strike 1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Yeah, he has been patient up there, but now he's backed himself into a corner.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And this is swung on and missed as Crawford is set down on strikes, 1 away.
Batting second.
How about that sequence right there? Fastball, fastball, and fastball again. No surprise what he's featuring out there today. Just straight hard stuff. And he gets the 3-pitch see you later.
So here's Matt Kemp now. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. One out, nobody on. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitters count here, 2-0.
Over the outside half, and it's 2-1. First curveball of the day for him, and likely not the last.
No, he's got a good one. There's no doubt about that. He'll start it on the hip versus righties, and he'll backdoor it to lefties. 2 different locations, but equally effective.
3-1 now.
And they know full well the threat that this guy poses. So even down 3-1, I can't imagine he's going to get anything that he can drive right here.
And Kemp is able to lay off as he'll reach base on ball 4.
And it really helps having kind of a second leadoff man hitting in that number 2 hole. He's on now with 1 away, and he may get a chance to run in the early going.
Chris Davis will step forward now following the walk as he'll hit with a definite speed threat at first and 1 away.
You can bet he's going to see some fastballs in this at-bat. I'd be looking dead red.
squared that one up just a little late. Throw over to first, and a dive, but he's back. Runners on first with one down. Down and away, ball one. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does two things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal at all.
One and two as the changeup had him out in front there.
Well, I just don't think he was expecting that one, and it was the perfect time to just take a little off.
A check at the bag by Gallardo. A dive, but he's back.
Why not? Make him get dirty.
Grounded to third. This could be two. One there. On to Napoli, and they get two here to get him out of the inning. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. Back with more from game one after this. Mike Napoli makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat because you know he has big-time power.
Kershaw into the windup. Here's the first pitch. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1.
Well, you saw it right there. He's got a good fastball, and he's going to use it. When you throw in the mid-90s consistently, you have to use that weapon.
And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
You can tell he's still frustrated after that first called strike. It's still on his mind.
Tried to work it back to that low inside corner, but it misses. 1-2.
That's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone, all that can do is tie you up.
Ground ball left side. Uribe's got it. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Batting fifth, third baseman, Cole Blank.
Into the box. Cole Blank. He'll get to take his first cuts here. And here's a called strike to the 36-year-old veteran. It's 0-1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. And there is our officiating crew in this one, calling balls and strikes, Mr. Freddie Ferguson.
Well, Ferg, as he's known amongst baseball people, really does call a good game back there. He might reward a pitcher for a good location every once in a while, but most of his calls, they seem to be spot on.
Hit to third. Uribe has it. Throw on to first will take care of him, and Kershaw is in control now, 2 away.
Now, these infielders have been busy early on, and that's another ground ball out for them. Probably not going to be the last one we see either.
Chris Davis into the box here in the top of the second, looking to keep this inning going. Into the windup and the pitch. Chop foul over towards the dugout. very weakly on the ground. Throw on to Davis takes care of him, and that'll end the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Yasiel Puig strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Right fielder, Yasiel Puig.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hit out towards second. Fielded by Jeanette. And he's set down, one away.
Batting fifth, the shortstop, Hanley Ramirez.
Digging in now, Hanley Ramirez, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Breaks his bat as this one's popped up.
That ball was so deep in his kitchen, that was the only thing he could do was foul it off, break his bat, and hope to get a better pitch on the next one.
1-2. Here it comes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. A little bouncer. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. Bottom of the second here with no score. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Now a swing and a miss by Ramirez as he's dispatched back to the dugout, out number 2. And with 2 away now, let's give you a look at the big picture here. There you see the participants in this year's playoffs. A.J. Ellis gets his first chance here, looking to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. On Gallardo with the good live fastball. It's 0-1. Here's a ball skied in the air near the line, back behind first. And Napoli will look up and put it away, and the inning is over. So a great half inning of work by Yovani Gallardo. Still 0-0. We welcome you back on a sunny day here in Los Angeles, set to start the 3rd inning in this one. Jonathan Lucroy will stand in now to lead things off. 7, 8, and 9 here to start the 3rd inning.
And maybe one of these guys can break this string of 6 straight retired to start the ball game.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Hit sharply on the ground. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make the play for the first out.
Well, I always used to think that the best thing about playing second base is that you've got the shortest throw on the field. And this ball is just waffled right at him, but he's able to knock it down, keep it in front of him, keep his calm, and still get the out at first.
Here's the second baseman, Scooter Gennett. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Crawford moves over. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Oh, you can definitely feel and tell that it's October out there. There's a little bit of moisture in the air. Here, this ball sounded pretty good off the bat, and you wonder if it would have been a different story if it was mid-July out there.
Yovani Gallardo will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Kershaw looks in. Here's the first pitch. Lays off 1-0. You like what you've seen from this guy so far?
I do. I like where he's putting the fastball, and I like the movement he's been getting on both his curveball and changeup. I think he'll do well.
And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Well, he's just going to go right on taking pitches. You have to throw strikes here with 2 outs, especially when you got the pitcher up there.
Third inning, no score to this point. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. And Kershaw can't find the target there as he's run it as far as it can go now. It's 3-2.
Yeah, and that's not the pitch you want to throw on 2-2. That was so high, he didn't even have to think about swinging at it.
Both teams so far yet to crack the hit column. Pulled the string on him. Strike 3 swinging. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Juan Uribe digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Third baseman, Juan Uribe.
And he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1. And he misses with it, 1-1.
A lot of righty pitchers will throw that 2-seamer to right-handed hitters. Make sure that pitch gets inside instead of staying out over the plate. That one ran just a little too much to catch the corner.
And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
If he could have been just a little more patient there, he would have had a leadoff walk. Instead, chases it out of the zone here and winds up costing him. Standing in now, Evan Gaucho.
as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike.
And you know, you get stuck sometimes being that number 8 hitter, trying to work the count and trying to buy a little extra time for your pitcher. Now, that's a pitch right down the middle that maybe a number 4 hitter jumps all over.
The windup and the 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Popped high in the air. Lucroy waits on it. 2 down.
One out away now from 3 full scoreless innings, and both pitchers are working both inside, outside, up and down. Looking solid here to start this ball game.
Clayton Kershaw digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Now he's just running right through these guys. Absolutely worn them down.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. And it's quickly 0-2. Bounce to first. Napoli's there, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Gene Segura will stand in to begin their half of the 4th, with his guys still looking for their first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, still looking for their first base runner, too. 9 up, 9 down.
Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 1. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the 4th inning, 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
This is hit high in the air and pretty deep down the left field line. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning.
Well, just a whole bunch of nothing going on so far. No runs, no hits, no errors on either side. I think the scoreboard operator could pretty much take the day off.
Settling in now, Carlos Gomez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Kershaw's ready. First pitch on its way. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. And Gomez not biting on that one either. It's 2-0 now. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. 3-0 now. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you've got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
He can afford to be patient here because all he's looking to do is get on base and do his damage from there.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line in right. Puig over to his left. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Man, and not only has he not allowed a hit to this point, but he's also faced the minimum so far. You can't do much better than that.
Stepping in, Ryan Braun. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Well, at least he was able to get it into the outfield, and that's more than most of his teammates can say so far.
Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Up top, it's 2-0. Too high, and it's 3-0.
And even on 3-0, it's no given that he's going to be taken up there. We've seen him go after pitches in this spot before. He's not going to hold back.
No runs, no hits, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. And he gets this fastball over, back to 3-1 now.
Yeah, a much better pitch there than the one he threw on 2-0.
Grounded down the third baseline. And this is past Uribe on down the line. A fair ball.
Well, you get a good hitter in a fastball count, he'll know what to do with it. Heck, he's probably a .500 hitter when he gets a 3-1 fastball in the zone. That's almost too easy.
Mike Napoli will get a shot here with 2 away and a runner at first now following the base hit.
That 2-out single seemed harmless enough, but anytime you extend the inning to allow this guy to get a shot with a runner on, you better be careful.
Now we'll snap one off over to the bag. And the runner back. Into the seats, 0-1. Now a snap throw to first, and he just manages to get his hand in.
Got a pretty good lead right there.
And Napoli can't connect there as that's by him for strike 2.
Now he'll just keep adding and subtracting speed on his pitches. That's how the good ones do it.
And he'll step off and fire to the bag. And the runner will get back standing.
Keeping him close.
And another snap throw to the bag, keeping particularly close tabs on him. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2.
Boy, a 2-out single, now nearly a hit by pitch. You've got to be careful right here not to let this inning get away from you.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Milwaukee leaves one. On to the bottom of the fourth now, still with no score. Carl Crawford will start off the inning for the Dodgers with Matt Kemp waiting on deck to follow.
Well, they still don't have any runs on the board yet, so getting this leadoff man on base would be huge.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. 1 away. So we saw the fastball there as he got the pop out, and that'll segue right into our pitch speed comparison for these two starters. And you can see that both guys are well into the 90s, 95 on one hand and just 2 miles an hour slower on the other. Matt Kemp will stand in. He drew base on balls his first time. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
Oh, boy, he is attacking hitters in this one. Another first pitch strike right there, and he's up right around 90% in that category so far.
Bases are empty, one man out. And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now.
You talk about tying a guy up. My goodness.
And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
And that's a good spot for that fastball on 0-2. That couldn't have been an easy take.
And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Well, very quickly, 5 pitches and 2 outs here in the 4th.
Now batting.
Well, those are the kind of innings you love to have if you plan on working deep into a ball game.
Chris Davis will dig in. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. 92 splits the plate, and it's strike 1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now. And that misses 2-2.
I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Dodgers down in order. Through 4. Still tied. 0-0. Cole Blank will stand in to lead things off here, and his guys have been unable to get anything going to this point.
Yeah, and you think so many times in the postseason, we see starting pitching really come to the forefront. And this guy's been every bit as good as advertised so far.
Back to work now is Kershaw as he jumps ahead of the leadoff man. 0-1. All right, 4 scoreless innings in the books. What's it going to take to push across our first run?
Well, I think both pitchers have really dominated so far. This is where getting the leadoff guy on is so key. You know, get the pitcher into the stretch, get him out of his comfort zone. Then maybe your offense can go from there.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he'll start the 5th the same way he ended the 4th with a punch out, 1 away.
I think we expected to see a well-pitched game coming in, and we got one. Starting to look like the team who scores first might be the one who wins.
Chris Davis stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
Well, this guy has thrown a first pitch strike to about 50% of the batters he's faced. He's pitching well, but those numbers could be pumped up a little bit.
Oh, and there's a drive to deep left center. You can pretty much forget about this one. This is way out of here. So a solo shot here to left center field. His first homer here in the series. As the Brewers get on the board first, it's 1-0.
I tell you, that's the perfect storm there. A power pitcher on the mound throwing a hard fastball to a power hitter at the plate. He takes a big swing and squares it perfectly. I mean, that's as long a home run as you're going to see.
Now batting.
In is the catcher, Jonathan Lucroy. Now that ball is smoked, carrying to deep left. Crawford going back on it at the track. He gets there, and that's the second out.
Now batting.
Wow,
Second
that's
baseman.
dangerously close to being back-to-back home runs. This ball just didn't have enough carry to it, so winds up being a warning track out.
Here's the second baseman, Scooter Gennett, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Boy, tough to lay off, but he's glad he did. It's 1-2 now.
On 0-2, if that's a curveball, a changeup, a sinker, then maybe you get a guy to chase. But it's much easier to lay off a pitch down there when it's a straight fastball.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. But the Brewers are on the board first thanks to this solo home run. Bottom of the fifth coming up. It's now 1-0 Milwaukee. Leading off the inning, Yasiel Puig, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
First pitch of the inning misses here to the cleanup man. It's 1-0. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Throws in time, and that's out number one.
The shortstop, number 13, Hanley Ramirez.
Hanley Ramirez is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Gallardo sets his sights. First pitch on the way. Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike one. Dodgers have yet to break into the hit column here. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch on 2-1. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Here it is on 3-1. That misses for ball 4. Down to first goes Ramirez.
Still no hits on the ledger, but at least they get themselves a base runner here. And that's a step in the right direction.
A.J. Ellis.
A.J. Ellis is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat. First offering on its way. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike one. Runner at first here, 1 man out. A check at the bag by Gallardo, and he'll dive back in safely. Oh, 0-1, here it comes. Hot shot down the line, and he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line.
Well, neither offense has really made a huge impact so far, but finally maybe a little sign of life. He drives this ball for 2 bases, and even though they've had trouble scoring runs, they're not out of this thing by a long shot. A couple more of these could get him right back into it.
Here's the third baseman, Juan Uribe, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1.
Kind of interesting to see how he's going to respond to this situation that he's worked himself into.
Yeah, he hasn't found himself in too many tough spots, but he's got one now.
Trying to hold the lead. And a liner foul into the seats down the right side. Runners are at second and third with 1 down. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. And Napoli will hang with it, and that's out number 2.
We'll take a look at this on show track, and that's been an effective location for him so far. He's really been handcuffing these guys inside, and he gets another pop-up out of it.
Into the box now, Evan Gaucho. And this one is past him, and that could be a run. And it is a run.
And you know, there's no wrong way to get on the scoreboard for the first time. That's a great job at third of recognizing the situation. He takes off immediately, and he'll come in and score on the wild pitch.
Looked like a slider perhaps, but it missed badly, and it's 2-0.
And he needs to get back to what he was doing earlier in the game, which was getting ahead of guys and throwing a lot of strikes.
Two 2-0 pitch on the way. Too tight with that one. 3-0. Two outs here with a runner at third. Taking all the way, and that's what you call a plausible strike there. It's 3-1 now.
And at the plate, he might have been told, look, you're taken until you get a strike. Not a bad idea.
That's in there, and it'll run the count to full, 3-2. Scorched to third. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
And you can see the pitching coach heading for the mound, and this is nothing more than just trying to reassure your guy and give him a chance to compose himself. And he's been great so far, so there's no reason to think that he can't work out of this.
Clayton Kershaw steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy, and it can definitely fire up a team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
Pitch out, nothing doing. Not close. It's 2-0. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
Now a throw over and a dive, but he's back in. And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
to 2-2 now.
Yeah, still a little late with that swing. He's got to get going a little sooner.
Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2.
And now 3-2, 2 out. He'll be helped by the fact that that runner will get a head start out there.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And he will indeed make the play in foul territory to retire the side. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. 5 innings complete. Dodgers lead this one 2-1. Giovanni Gallardo will come forward now to start out their half of the 6th, and they found it rough sailing against this starter so far as he's yielded just 2 hits through the first 5.
Not too many hard hit balls there either. He's had them off balance all game.
Now the Dodgers get a right-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. Here's the first pitch to him. Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0. For that man right there, just the 1 run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. And the 6th inning opens with a flyout, 1 away.
Yeah, another good start to an inning for him here. He's really only made 1 bad pitch the entire game. That was the solo home run. Other than that, you can see there, not much to speak of at all.
Gene Segura will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far.
Well, we've been talking about it a lot, but this offense is just getting shut down right now. And we've seen some really fantastic pitching in this one.
And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. That evens it up 1-1. Now a bunt attempt here. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Lifted in the air out towards left center. And this is taken in by Crawford now for out number 2.
Center fielder number 27.
That slider's been an effective pitch for him, no doubt. As you take a look there, what his pitch breakdown looks like so far.
Carlos Gomez will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1.
And even with 2 outs, this is a team that can still put something together here, especially in this part of the lineup. So you can't let your guard down.
In for a strike. It's 1-1.
And if he's had any postseason jitters, he hasn't shown them to me.
No, he's been outstanding so far.
Fastball called strike. 1-2.
Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at-bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers. They still trail it here 2-1. Carl Crawford will start off the inning for the Dodgers with Matt Kemp waiting on deck to follow. Action now in the Milwaukee bullpen as they'll have a right-hander loosen up. He'll start him with a fastball down and in for a ball, 1-0. Two and 0 now.
Two really close pitches to kick off this at-bat. Normally this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with two good takes.
3-0 now.
And all of a sudden, he's looking a little jittery out there to start the sixth.
And no doubt about this one, it's in there, 3-1. Called strike two, and now it's full 3-2.
Boy, if he can get him right here, coming back from 3-0, what a way to start the inning that would be.
Chopped in front of home plate. Throw just does beat him to the bag, as that was pretty close.
Good job out there on the mound. Down in the count, 3-0 to start this inning. He comes back to retire the guy on a ground ball.
Matt Kemp ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. Low-scoring game thus far, 2-1 here in the sixth. Hit high and deep out to left. Looking up is Davis. Gone! It's a solo shot here for Matt Kemp. His first homer so far in the series, and it gives the Dodgers a 3-1 lead.
Well, no doubt that's a mistaken location right there. At the plate, his eyes were probably lighting up watching that one come in.
Here's Chris Davis now.
First baseman, Chris Davis.
And he takes ball one.
I think that's consistent with how the strike zone gets called nowadays. That's a strike in the rule book, but most umpires won't give you that pitch anymore.
And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. 3 runs, 3 hits. No errors for the Dodgers thus far. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Now another one hit deep to left. Davis going back, still going back. That one's out of here. Back-to-back home runs. It's a solo home run for Chris Davis. His first homer here in the series, and the Dodgers move out in front now, 4-1.
This is what you expect when you make it to the postseason. I mean, you expect the guys that have carried you all year to keep on producing, and sure enough, he comes through again and delivers a no-doubter here.
Now here comes Brewers manager Ron Renicky out of the Milwaukee dugout, and that'll be the last we see of Yovani Gallardo. Gone after 5 1/3 here, as he never really found his groove in this one. Rob Wooten will be the new pitcher.
Now pitching for Milwaukee, number 47, Rob Wooten. right fielder, number 66.
In now is Yasiel Puig. Hit the other way out toward right field. Braun giving chase. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now.
And right here, you've got the right fielder shading just a bit towards the alley. And I thought he'd have too far to go to get this ball, but he does close quickly out there, and he makes the play near the line.
Here's the left fielder, Hanley Ramirez, as he'll take a look at ball 1. Two out, nobody on. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. One and two now as that one's fouled off. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. Sent on the ground out to second. Jeanette is there. Throw in time and the side is retired. So 2 runs come across here, both coming via the solo home run. On to the 7th here in game 1. The Dodgers lead it 4-1. Back here at Dodger Stadium. 7th inning coming up now in game 1 as we take a look there at our game summary through the first 6 innings so far. Leading off the inning, Ryan Braun. And they'll need him to get something going here. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. He continues to get ahead here. He's been in complete control.
I think you need to guard yourself from being overconfident, though. A bloop and a blast could still turn this game on its ear.
And there's ball 1.
Tried to backdoor him with another breaking pitch right there, and they're staying away from the fastball so far, at least in this at-bat.
Now a curveball ripped down the left field line. That's a fair ball. And Crawford will need to play the carom off the wall here. And he'll get in there standing up with a leadoff double.
Yeah, not a lot of offense to go around for these guys so far. It's just their 3rd hit of the ball game, but at least this one's an extra base hit and goes for a double.
Mike Napoli will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
Kershaw comes set. Here it is. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Danger here as this is a guy who can make this a 1-run game.
And if he does, make him do it out to right field. I wouldn't give him anything he can pull.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And a rather easy first out.
And that's telling of how they've swung the bat. This has just been a punchless offense so far. And this pop-up is pretty indicative of their struggles.
Cole Blank comes forward now, and he's got to get on base any way he can with that possible tying run standing behind him in the on-deck circle.
Find a way to get it done. That's what it's all about right here. Give your guys a chance to make something big happen.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Starts him with a breaking ball this time. Misses down and in for a ball. 1-0. can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Kershaw has been strong thus far. Just 1 run through 6 1/3. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Hit on the ground to short. Ramirez is there. On to Davis at first, and there are 2 away.
I want you to watch this play here at short. Look at how he picks this ball up. He knows he doesn't have a second to lose, so he makes a quick transition into a throwing motion, gets rid of it quickly, and throws his man out at first. That play is well done.
Chris Davis will stand in again as we take you back to earlier in the ball game. This one swing here has been the entire offense to this point, as this home run accounted for the only run they've tallied so far. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. We're in the 7th now. 4-1 our score to this point. Oh, 0-1 count, and the pitch. 1-1.
You've got options here, so you don't need to go after this guy if you don't want to.
Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
Yeah, that's in a great spot, too. Just hard, late movement working down and in.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Where do you go from here?
I think he's set up for something off speed. If you can put that changeup below his knees, you won't come within a foot of it.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Calling for it, Puig. And the inning is over. Brewers strand 1. They trail it 4-1. A.J. Ellis steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th.
A.J. Ellis.
And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. Hit hard to short. Segura has it. A quick out, number 1.
Third baseman, number 7, Juan Uribe.
Juan Uribe will stand in. He struck out and popped out in 2 trips.
Well, not a great start at the plate. We'll see if he can get something to drive right here.
Here comes the first pitch. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. 1 out, nobody on. Called strike at the knees. 1-1. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Grounded back up the middle. And into center field as he's aboard with a one-out single.
Boy, you talk about a ball having eyes. First off, he's fortunate to get this one by the pitcher. It's not hit especially hard, but you'll see it get past second base where neither middle infielder can track it down. And it'll make its way into center field.
Into the box, Evan Gaucho. And that misses ball one. And he's got to be careful now that some of these borderline calls don't get him started going downhill.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really easy to dwell on those, but you have to keep looking forward. It's not easy, but you've got to do it if you want to have success.
Runners on first with one down. This is popped up. Lucroy has a play, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
And this guy's one of those unsung type pitchers. He's not the setup guy. He's not the closer, but these are the guys that keep you in the ball games, and he's doing the job here.
Clayton Kershaw will buy himself another at-bat, and in turn, he'll get himself a nice little ovation for the work he's turned in on the mound so far.
He's been great. This is an appreciative crowd. They like what they've seen, and I don't blame them.
First pitch on its way. Chopped foul right at home plate. A runner on first with two away. Right side hit hard. That's through, and he's got his first base hit. He's 1 for 3. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now.
Boy, he's doing it all out there so far. Not only is he pitching a great game, but he gets in on the act offensively as well.
Carl Crawford gets a shot now with 2 men on and 2 away here in inning number 7.
And we'll see here if he can come through. It can be discouraging to see opportunities like this late in a ball game go untapped.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And here's a called strike at the knees. Don't think he liked that one too much, but it's 0-1. Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
Yeah, and this really is his 1-2 punch. He's got both the two-seamer and the cutter in his arsenal. So they're fairly similar pitches, except for the fact that one works its way in, the other one works its way out. Very effective, especially when you double up and throw one off the other.
Well, he went for the knockout pitch that time, but a good eye, 1-2.
And now here, 1-2, this is where you need your best pitch. You've got to strand that runner out there at second base and keep the deficit just at 3.
And he struck him out, so he's down on strikes for the second time this afternoon. Dodgers strand a couple as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Leading off the inning, Jonathan Lucroy, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. On to the 8th now as the first pitch is a fastball that's looked at for ball 1. Well, the guy you see right there has been terrific. But will they let him work these final 2 innings?
Well, I think the pitch count is in his favor. Everybody pays a lot of attention to that. So barring a huge spike right here in the 8th, I don't see any reason why he can't get these final 6 outs.
Outside, 3-0 now.
And from where I'm sitting, this guy looks to be a guy that's starting to rush out there now. It might not be a bad idea for the catcher to try and slow him down a bit.
And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
And now into his 8th inning of work, you can bet that he's starting to wear down out there a little bit. This might not be a bad time for a visit from his catcher just to see what's going on out there.
Scooter Gennett will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. Lays himself out and makes a spectacular catch.
Wow. Wow, how about that play? You can see him range into foul territory and then just lay himself out to pull it in. Very well done right there.
Giovanni Soto will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 10, Giovanni Soto.
And he lays off there, 1-0. One and 0 pitch on the way. Chop foul at the plate, strike one. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Ready with the 1-2. Bounced weakly near the plate, but it gets foul. And here's a ball hit in the air. And this will be taken in by Uribe for route number 2. With that, we'll give you a look at our starter comparison for the two starting pitchers in the game. And the column to look at is the one on the right side of your screen. Not too many hits to go around at this point in the ballgame. Gene Segura will stand in for the 4th time now. Still looking for his first hit of the ballgame.
And he's not the only one either. This has been a great pitching performance so far, and they've had these guys chasing their tails all game long.
In there, and it's 0-1.
This guy's kind of walked a tightrope all game long. He's only thrown first pitch strikes to 50% of the hitters he's faced, and yet pitching a very good ball game.
The 0-1. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. We'll see Matt Kemp start things out when we return. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Brewers 1. Tom Gorzolani is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Tom Gorzolani.
And there is Matt Kemp now. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th. And now K-Rod Francisco Rodriguez is up throwing in the bullpen. Here's a two-seamer inside to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now. Now here's the pitch. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
Yeah, you know, he probably got the fastball he was looking for, but on 2-0, you can look for one pitch in one spot. And if it's not in that spot, you take it.
All even now, 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Started to go. Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base umpire. It's ball 3 now. He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Swinging a high pop-up. Could be tough back behind third. Blank is over, and he's got it for the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
Might have had visions of another home run there. This pitch is right in his wheelhouse, but he winds up swinging right underneath it and popping it straight up.
Here's Chris Davis now. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike 1. A 1 pitch on its way. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. 8th inning. 4-1 is our score. And that's more of a slurve than a slider, but whatever it is, it's 1-2.
Hard to believe he let that one go. That was right on a platter for him.
And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
Boy, that's a good take there. I don't think I could have laid off that one.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now. 3-2. What's the call here?
I still don't think I throw him a strike. There's a good chance that he's going to be chasing something, expand the zone, so you make him show you that he can hold back.
Chopped foul wide of first. Ready to deliver the full count pitch. Now a swing, and he pops him up. Right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out.
Whatever he's doing out there, it's working out for him. That's back-to-back pop-ups here to start the inning, and he's just making it look easy.
Yasiel Puig will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far.
Well, guys, it just hasn't been his day. You know, sometimes cleanup hitters are sort of all-or-nothing type hitters. But, hey, he's still got a chance to make an impact on this game right now.
Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, he came with a little bit of a different look that time. This pitch is also in there knee-high, and now they've got him behind in the count, 0-2.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses. 1-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And a good fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers, but they lead it 4-1. Kicking off the top of the 9th, Carlos Gomez, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And so far in this ballgame, he hasn't even been on base yet, so we'll see if he can make an adjustment here.
Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Now a check swing here, but the home plate umpire says he went around. A no argument, and it's 1-1. And this is taken for a called strike. Oh, that's a tough call. Now 1-2. And from that man's perch in the first base dugout, more of the same.
You know, I think the calls have gone both ways, but I bet you'd have a really hard time convincing him of that.
Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Hot shot to third. Gloved by Uribe. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
And I like the call to leave him in there instead of going with the closer with the 3-run lead. Ride the hot hand. Don't burn up your closer unless you really need to.
Ryan Braun will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, and you just can't worry about the score right here. You just got to be able to string together a couple of base runners and take it one pitch at a time, one runner at a time.
A bit high there. A ball and no strikes. And with 1 out in the 9th, he's just now coming up on his 100th pitch of the ball game. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he looks at a changeup in there, 1-1. Braun's able to resist. The count moves in his favor. 2-1 now.
The one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
That's going to even up the count at 2-2. And Kershaw can't find the target there as he's run it as far as it can go now. It's 3-2.
And you know he wants this complete game, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if a walk right here might be the end of the line.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. He goes the other way as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Well, I'll tell you what, this won't look like a whole lot in the box score, but anytime you can make a pitcher use up 8 pitches to get you out, you've done your job as a hitter.
Mike Napoli makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the 9th inning.
That's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
And he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1. You have to say they've really had a good game plan for attacking the 3, 4, 5 hitters all game long.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that's better than a game plan has been the execution of that game plan. You're exactly right. They've held this lineup at bay.
2 out, nobody on. High and wide, 2 balls and a strike. Nothing inside here, at least not to start the at-bat, and I imagine that's by design.
Yeah, they'll give him right field. They just don't want him to turn on something.
And that's swung on and missed, so the Brewers are down to their final strike now.
Wow, what a good time to take something off of that pitch, and they had him fooled pretty good on that one.
A crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, we talked about how they needed a good outing out of this guy, and he gave them that and even more, finishing off the complete game victory.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. And guys, if you're going to be successful in the postseason, as you know, you need players coming up big, and this guy certainly did that. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously, every game is so important in the postseason, but this was one they definitely needed, and he came up with a huge performance here.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Dodgers win it 4-1. So long from Southern California.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon for the victorious Dodgers. 4 runs on 6 hits. No errors. They left 4 men on base. For the Brewers, 1 run on 3 hits. No errors. They left 3 men on base. The winning pitcher is Clayton Kershaw. The loss goes to Giovanni Gallardo. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 46 minutes. Our paid attendance this afternoon, a sellout, 56,000. The Dodgers thank you for attending today's game. And as you leave Dodger Stadium, we remind you to please drive home safely.